section for we've been looking at LinkedIn for realtors, really, really important topic, because personally, I've seen that LinkedIn is a platform that is not widely used, but it's a platform where a lot of professionals, go to put out their professional journey, and it's a place where they go from time to time to do things that are professional in nature. So that would mean that these people that have some sort of disposable income are actually on that platform. That means those that are able to take advantage of the platform will be able to reach out to these people and also have them buy properties in the case of what you sell as realtors. And those that sell other things too are able to capture value from this audience. So we'll be doing another amazing session today. I'll get to teach for give or take about 30 minutes, and then I'll open up the time for some questions, and I'll get to answer the questions that you may have. Now, in the first session we had, these sessions are journeys. So because we can't talk about the entire LinkedIn for realtors in one session, so it's like a journey. The first session we had, my focus was about building your LinkedIn professional profile. Now, if you've not been able to watch the replay of that session, I think you should probably request for it. The team at EY Stone has so graciously put this together. And I'm sure that they'll be able to get you what you need. So before I go ahead, I want to say a very big thank you to the entire team and management at EY Stone Development and Investment Limited for putting this together and for having me have this session, take this session with each and every one of you. I can see more people joining in, but I'll just get started, and then probably other people can join in later or be able to catch the replay. So I was doing a quick recap on the last session we had. Let me just go ahead and share my screen, because as usual, I like my sessions being as practical as possible. So I'll just go ahead and share my screen so you can see everything that we are talking about. So in my last session, my focus was on building your professional profile. That was the focus was on, right? And I talked about some very specific parts of your profile. What I said was that when it comes to LinkedIn, a lot of people will judge you, all right, first by your profile. All right. So there are some platforms, for example, I run a lot of ads on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you are on Facebook and on Instagram, it's possible that you create a page or you create an Instagram profile and you begin to run ads from as early as day 2 or day 3. And if someone really needs what you're selling, they can just click on the link that is on your ad, either to send you a message or to go to your website or to go to your WhatsApp. And once they do that, you can have a transaction. It's quite straightforward. But for a platform like LinkedIn, most of the times people would want to check your profile because it's a professional platform. So people want to see who is this person that's making this advertisement, right? So they want to check out your profile. That's why the first thing I talked about was how to build a professional profile. That was the last session. And in that session, I started by talking about your professional picture, which is what you can see on the screen at the moment. I talked about the header picture. I talked about the type of pictures you should use, as this header picture at the top there. I talked about the way your name should be structured. I talked about this bio here, the one that is at the top. It's called the biography or a different name, but it's in LinkedIn, it's called the headline. That's the name on LinkedIn. It's called the headline, right? But in terms of social media generally, it's referred to as your bio. All right. So it's a part of the profile section. And then I also went ahead to talk about experience. I've just scrolled down to my own experience. So I talked about experience, how you should put. What I said here was, if there's something you've done before around marketing, around even your current role as a realtor, if you are affiliated with a particular company, all right, and you're able to put in realtor as your experience, realtor at a particular company. So if you want to add an experience, you click on the plus here, and you can add like a position, or you can add like a position either as a freelance role or as an actual role. So that's you building out your experience. And this experience part is important because people want to see what you've done before, right? So that's why most times it's okay to be affiliated with a company maybe not like directly employed, but that affiliation can give you some sort of an ability to put some certain things on LinkedIn. However, you can also indicate that you're a freelance realtor if that's who you are, if you're not like directly affiliated to a particular company. Then in terms of education, so it's you can come here and put in your educational in history. Really simple to add. You can just click on the plus sign here. And by the way, this is just a recap. I'll be done in like 3 minutes. So you click on the plus sign here and you can add the school that you went to, name of the school, the degree, the field, the dates you started, the month and year you started, the month and year you ended. Or if you're still here, if you're still on, you can put the month and year that you expect to graduate. Let's say you're a student, you can put the month and year that you expect to graduate. That's what you put here, expected date of graduation. All right. So, and then maybe your grade, some of these ones are optional, they're not compulsory. So your grade, your activities, in case you were part of a society in school, maybe an organization, your departmental organization and things like that, and probably a short description here. So this is how you add an education. So you can see for me, these are just some parts of my educational history. I'm currently on my second MBA in management and leadership at the Quanti School of Business and Technology in the United States. So this is that particular educational history. I've done my first MBA in marketing at ABU Zaria. I have a PhD in computer science. So some of this educational history is there. So you can put in your own educational history. If you have some volunteering experience, if you have some certifications, like a certification in marketing or any other smaller certification you've taken along the way that is not an academic education, you can add it here. If you also have volunteering experience, you can add it here. And then your skills for everyone. Yeah, I think marketing should be a skill that you put here because as a realtor, one of the major things you're doing is marketing. So you can put that there. Recommendations, in case you have clients that have bought from you that are also on LinkedIn, you can ask them for recommendations. Let them, write a recommendation for you on LinkedIn so that when people come here, they can see that, oh, you've sold to other clients before now. Okay, so these are some recommendations for me. Now, this was my focus for the first class, honors and awards. My focus for the first class was trying to get you to have your professional profile, right? At this point, if you have not yet done this, I think this will be your assignment. You need to go back and at least, create a LinkedIn account and set up your profile. It may not be very perfect at the beginning, and that's fine, but just set up some of these things I've talked about both in the last class and in the recap that I've just done. But the focus for today, all right, for today's session is actually about networking on LinkedIn. So the networking on LinkedIn is a follow-up topic or a follow-up session after the first session of creating your professional profile. And the reason why I'm taking it in this sequence is because if you've not created your profile and you want to network, it will be difficult for you to network. Why? Because people are trying to know who is this person. Okay, so when you want to network with someone, they want to see, oh, who is this person trying to send me a connection request? There's something called a connection request on LinkedIn. Think about it like the Facebook add friend request that we send on Facebook, for those of you that are familiar with Facebook here. Or if someone has a private Instagram account, you can actually send the person a follow request. So the person has to accept before you can follow the person. So it's the same thing on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you can follow anybody, but for you to have a connection with the person, there's what's called a LinkedIn connection, and I'll explain. Let me just use my profile as an example. Can you see this place in blue that I'm highlighting at the moment? So you can see that I have 3,296 followers, but then I have 500 plus connections. Let me just see the exact connections. So my connections are less than my followers. All right, so probably around 225 connections. But I have over 3,000 followers. So not everybody can connect with you, but almost anybody can follow you, all right, on LinkedIn. And you cannot connect with everybody, but you can follow like almost everybody. So that's how it works. Now, what's the difference between connection and followership? I'll explain that because today's topic is majorly about networking on LinkedIn, all right? The major difference between connection and followership is that when you follow someone, all right, you are able to receive updates about the person. So if the person makes a post, if the person puts out a post out there, you are able to either be notified or it shows on your timeline when you're scrolling through your timeline. So if I go to my LinkedIn homepage, for example, some of the, or rather most of the posts I'll see here are posts from either people that people that I have followed before, or the reactions of people that I've followed before. So you can see some of these people, some of these posts here. So this is about accessing a mortgage. As you can, if you notice, this shows promoted here. So that means it's an ad. This is a live LinkedIn account. So I'm not using a lot of slides yet for this session because I want this to be as practical as possible so that you won't see something different on the slide. And when you go to LinkedIn, you see something different. No, this is a live LinkedIn account. So whatever you're seeing here is like in real time. All right. So you can see this is a promoted ad about from a company that I think is real estate called Shelter NG. All right, so this is ads. We'll talk about LinkedIn ads at a point. It's step by step. If I start with LinkedIn ads, I'm not doing you well. So LinkedIn ads is a part of it. It's a part of our series. So make sure that you attend every session subsequently. Now let me continue. So I was trying to explain the difference between followers and connections. So followers are those that when you follow someone, you see the person's posts, the person's updates, you see what the person likes, what the person comments on, you see it on your feed, right? But for a connection, someone that is your connection, there are some things you're able to do with your connections. For example, there are some people that only their connections can send them messages on LinkedIn. All right, only their connections can send them messages on LinkedIn. There are also some other people that when they want to hire or when they want to do, a couple of things around their field. Let's say they want to someone for something. What they do is that they start with those that they are connected with. They start with their connections. So how can you then build those connections? How can you build a network? All right, on LinkedIn. Let me just mute, so we can hear each other. So yeah, so step by step. First, why is this networking important in the first place? I showed you my profile and I showed how many people are like followers and how many people are actually my connections. Now, networking is really important when it comes to realtors like you. First, because it helps with building of trust and credibility. Let me explain what I mean. So sometimes when people see that you are a connection with someone that they trust, there's what is called borrowed credibility. All right. So if you are a connection, because connections are not automatic. Remember what I said, you request to be connected. For example, if I click on my network, which is what we'll be looking at a lot today, right? Let me click on my network. Hopefully my network is good. I mean my internet connection now, not like my LinkedIn network, because it's taking a bit of time to load. But I've clicked on my network, right? So let that load up. Now, if you click on my network, what happens is that you will see that people have requested to join my network. They've requested to become connections to me on LinkedIn. Connections are always accepted. They're never automatic. So when someone accepts a connection, okay, yeah, so you can see some examples here, right? So I'm seeing, you can see this that's on my screen at the moment. The first person, this person follows me already, all right, and is inviting me to connect. Remember what I said at the beginning, that following can be done automatically, but for connection, you have to accept. So if I look at these people and I see that, oh, these people are, for example, people that I think I may want to connect with, I may want to create that connection with on LinkedIn, then I can accept. This is how connections are made, right? So people can send connection requests and you can accept those requests. You can send, I have sent a lot of connection requests myself, and some people have accepted. There are some people that have not accepted. It's always like that, right? Because people want to be sure that before they accept you as a connection, because connection in LinkedIn is a lot of trust, sincerely, it's a lot of trust. So before they accept you as a connection, they want to be sure, all right, that you are, in quotes, a person of value and someone that should be a connection. So when you see someone as someone else's connection that you trust, you can kind of transfer that trust to the person. I hope you're getting value so far. Right. Great. So I just saw your message now. That's Faith. I'll come to that after the class. I saw your message now, Faith. Good. So let me continue. So I was talking about how connection helps with building trust and credibility. Now, the second thing connection helps you do as a realtor is that it can help you with generating referrals and leads. How do I mean? If you request for people to become your connections and they accept, what happens is that when you make a post on LinkedIn, which is, there's a particular session we'll talk about content marketing on LinkedIn for realtors. That's why I keep saying don't miss any of these sessions. It's a sequence, right? There's like a step-by-step training. Not everything can be covered in one day, right? So when I teach you about content marketing and you begin to put out content on LinkedIn, these people that accepted to be your connections are people that begin to see those content. Just the same way I went to my feed and I saw that advertisement from a particular real estate agency. So they can see it even if it's not an advertisement. Why? Because they have accepted to become your connection. That means LinkedIn would show your content to them. And by the way, at the moment, LinkedIn, I think after TikTok, LinkedIn is the next best performing in organic content. By organic content, I mean content you did not promote, content you did not pay for ads for. So apart from TikTok, which is also quite good, LinkedIn is the next platform that has a very good reach with organic content, unpaid content. All right. So let me continue. So the two things I said is first, it helps you build trust and credibility. And then second, helps you to generate referrals and also generate leads. Okay. So now that we know why building connections or building a network on LinkedIn is important, how then, all right, can you go ahead and build this network? How can you connect with people? Now, there are different kinds of people that you need to connect with on LinkedIn. All right. Now, if you're writing, you can write it down. The different categories of people that you need to connect with on LinkedIn. Now, one set of people you need to connect with, just for a start, are other realtors like you. All right. So other realtors like you are the first set of people you need to connect with. How do you find these people to connect with them? You can come to the search bar here in your LinkedIn application, right? And just search for some keywords. When I say keywords, what I mean is, what are the words that someone that is a realtor will put either on his status or in his profile? That's what you need to think about. What would someone that is a realtor put on his LinkedIn bio? That's his headline. What type of words would they use? Okay, so you can go ahead and search for those words. Let me show you an example. An example of what they can use is realtor. So if I search for realtor, what happens is that I am being shown based on two things. First, my location, but beyond my location, based on people that may have some sort of network connection with me already, I'm being shown a list of realtors, and it does not come up yet. I think, like I mentioned earlier, it seems as though, okay, yeah, so you can see it's up now. Great. Someone says I'm not audible. Can someone confirm? Can you hear me properly? Because I know I'm speaking quite up. Is my audio good at your end? Let me be sure that it's not a general issue. Yeah, loud and clear. Okay, great. Thank you. So I think maybe you may need to increase your volume, or if you could use an audio device, it would be great. So now that I search for realtor, what happens? I'm able to see some realtors, all right, that are here. Now, this particular company made a mistake. I think they opened an account, a personal account for their company. That's not the best way to go about it. Companies have what is called a company account, right? And because, yeah, thank you, Olariwaju. He says clearer now. Thank you. I'll be a bit more audible. So I think these people actually opened a personal account for a company, which is not supposed to be. That is why that's why they're showing here, and that's why their call to action is not connect, it is follow. But these other people, can you see Adbola Janet? What's her current role? Realtor at Uvest. Those of you in the Lagos real estate market, you may have an idea of, Uvest. Uvest is one of the players in the market, right? So because she's a realtor, all right, and she has put it somewhere, you can see her bio, her experience. She has put here that she's a realtor. She has been a real estate agent. Because she put it here, what happens? When you search for her name comes up. So other realtors like you or real estate agents is the first set of people you can connect with. And how do you connect with them? By searching for keywords. You connect with these people by searching for keywords that relate with them. And I've given one of those keywords. One is, realtor, which we've seen some results. Let's say you want to see more results. I'll click on see more results. If I click on see more results, you can see more people will come out. Can you see a lot of people? More people are coming up here, and you can even keep searching for more. All right. But can you see about 1.8 million results, which is a lot of people. All right. But what do you want to do here? You want to check them out, check their profiles. And if their profiles seem good to you, then you can connect. So you can see page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. So there are lots of pages of people that are realtors. All right. So you may need to, before you just, instead of just clicking on connect, you may want to check their profile first and see if this is someone you may want to connect with. And then you send a connection request. You just click on this connect here and you can send a connection request to the person that the person can decide to accept or not. But there's something I want you to see. If you notice, the first set of people that are shown to me have this number here shown. Can you see this thing? Hope you can see it. This thing I just highlighted. What do you see there? Second, right? This brings me to my next point, degrees of connection. Now, if I click on connection at the top, can you see? There is first connection, first degree connection. There's second degree connection. There's third degree connection. And I'll explain what these things mean. First degree connection are people that you are directly connected to. By that, I mean they've sent you a connection request and you've accepted it. Those are your first degree connection. Your secondary degree connections are people that have a mutual connection with you. What do I mean by mutual connection? What I mean is they are not your first degree, but there is someone in your first degree that is connected to them. For example, this person that is showing second at Bola Janet, you can see that Toby and Abayomi, these two people here, they are my connections, but they are also connected to her. So because of that, they have a second degree connection to me. Although they are not currently directly connected to me, because of they are connected to someone that is connected to me, they then become a second degree connection. I'm taking it step by step to make sure everybody understands this. I'm breaking the LinkedIn down to the basics of the basics so that you understand everything that has to do with this. Are you getting value so far? Okay, someone is saying the site is tiny. Okay, great. So what you can do is try to pinch on your screen. So on your screen, on your phone screen, try to use 2 fingers and pinch on it and zoom out, something like this, right? So put 2 fingers on it and zoom out. You should be able to see more better. I hope that helps. All right, so try to zoom out on your screen. Let me know if that helps. Hopefully it does, but let me know if that helps. All right, so I can go forward a bit now. So I've explained what connections mean. So there's first degree, which is those directly to you. There's second degree, which is those that are connected to those directly to you. Then there's third degree, which is those that are connected to those that are connected to you. So it's just something like, let me select third degree, for example. If I select just third degree and I click on show result, let me show you what happens. Can you see? So now a new set of people are showing. These are people that are third degree connections to me. And remember, I've already talked about what first degree means, what second degree means, and what third degree means. So these are now what third degree. Can you see? I've been able to look at this participant says realtor at P1 group. This is how to connect with other realtors. Is that clear? So this is how, these are the first set of people. The second set of people you need to connect with, apart from other realtors like you, are real estate agencies. So we're talking about building your network today. So the first set of people is who? Connect with other realtors like you. Check them out. Click on them. Look at realtor at Andron Homes. Click on the person's profile. This person is already connected with me. It's a first degree connection, kind of, I think. That's what I'm seeing message, I guess. So click on the person's profile and check if there's someone that you want to do what connect with. And then if you want to, you can just click on connect and you will send a request to the person. Now, a second set of people, apart from realtors, other keywords you can use for realtors, apart from realtor, which other keywords? Let me be sure that you understand what keywords are. Apart from realtor, what do you think, what other phrase or word do you think someone that is a realtor will put on his headline? Any ideas? Just give me one on the chat box. Let me just be sure that we are following. Yeah, so real estate, but not really real estate agents. That's another thing they can put, right? So on that, we're talking about the headline now. So the headline, they want to put real estate agents. That's an example of what they can put. So if I search for real estate agent instead, and I allow this to load, you can see. So more people are coming up. I think they're still showing me third degrees, but more people are coming up. These ones are putting what real estate agents. All right, so let me remove from third degree. Let me just show all results. So real estate agents is another thing that they can put. So different people can put different things, but just think, what are some keywords that people can use on their headline? Yeah, real estate consultants. Yeah, Joy, thank you. So you are following. So some people can put real estate consultant. This is how to connect with other realtors like you on LinkedIn. Search for what they can have on their bio, right? And when you search for it, as usual, go to their profiles. The same way you're going to put profile, that's how they're going to your own. That's why the first class was what? The first class was how you can set up your own profile. So the same way you're going to other people's profile to check if I should send this person connection request or not, that's how other people will go to your own too. So before you start sending requests, make sure you set up your profile to look good, okay? So we've talked about realtors and those are like your colleagues in the business. Now, the second set of people you need to connect with are real estate agencies. All right, that's the second set of people, real estate agencies. So you can just put real estate agency in the search box. Now, most of the times, real estate agencies will have company kind of accounts. They won't have they're not supposed to have personal accounts. They're supposed to be companies. They're supposed to be organizations. So I've searched for real estate agency now. I'm just allowing to load. I think there's a bit of so can you see this? So real estate agency is the next kind of people that you should be connected with online. Now, when real estate agency is when you search for real estate agency, if you notice, they're showing us some people, but this search result is not yet done. I think it's still loading because I'm supposed to see a way to supposed to see it has loaded fully now. Can you now see? So I am not searching for people anymore. Can you see this place that says people? I'm going to change this place from people to companies. You can also do this on your phone, by the way. So don't think it's just for laptop. So on your phone, if you do a search, you can do the same thing I'm doing. So I will click on people, and instead of people, I'm not looking for people now. I'm looking for what? Real estate agencies. So what do? I'll change it from people and I'll move it to companies. So let me switch it to companies. Now you would see a good number of real estate companies. But if you notice, they're showing me some companies in Las Vegas. They're showing me companies in Oregon, in Florida. But we don't want this, right? You want a company in Nigeria. Now you can come to this place that says location. You can click on location and search for Nigeria. Can you see this? You can even search for Lagos. All right. You can search for a particular place that you want, but let me just search for Nigeria and click on show results. So what happens is you will now see results that are coming from Nigeria. So this is a real estate agency in Uyo. This is another one in Lagos, just a couple of real estate agencies here and there that you can see. If you want to search for just Lagos, instead of searching for Nigeria, you can, remove this, search Lagos. Yeah, so Lagos State, Nigeria. Click on show results. Can you see? So some agencies are out there. Now, if you know the name of a company, all right, I'll take questions now. I'll start taking questions very soon. There's still some things to talk about, but I'll take questions soon because we have 10 minutes left and I want to be able to answer some questions. So if you know the name of a company, you can actually search that company directly. And if that company has a presence on LinkedIn, you'll be able to engage with that company. So the second set of people to engage with, apart from other realtors, are what? They are real estate agencies. All right. Now, the third set of people very quickly to engage with are potential buyers. Potential buyers. And I think this is the most important even. People that are potentially going to buy from you. Now, who are this type of people? You have to have your customer avatar. Which type of people would buy property from you? So people in maybe certain industries, people that have certain kind of roles, right? These are examples of people that can buy from you. So Joy is saying location is not clickable. Searching for real estate. Are you using your phone or your laptop? Probably, I don't know if it's a network issue, but location, you're supposed to be able to search for to indicate location. You can send maybe a screenshot or so, a phone. Okay, yeah. Send me a screenshot. Let me see. You're using LinkedIn, right? Normal LinkedIn application. Are you using application or on your website? You can try sending a screenshot to your group. Maybe I'll get it from your group. For the team can send it from a group to me privately, and I'll see what but it's supposed to be clickable. I've tried that before on my phone. I have my phone with me, so I've looked at most of these things. But yeah, just do that, and I think we'll be able to sort that out. So I've talked about what other realtors, real estate agencies, and the last thing I'll talk about for now is potential buyers. How do you know potential buyers? So you have to then look at your customer avatar. Are there people that are in specific industries that you're trying to look for? Are there people that are, okay, someone is saying audio. So let me be a bit louder. So the last set of people that you should try to reach out to or you should try to connect with on LinkedIn are your potential buyers. Now, who are your potential buyers? Your potential buyers are people that are aligned with what I call your customer avatar. Your customer avatar is your ideal customer. Who is your ideal customer? What are the people that most likely will buy from you? So are they in certain industry? For example, are they in the financial services? Are they people that work with fintechs, right? So if I search, for example, for financial services, that's an industry generally, right? So if I search for financial services, let me remove this from companies. I don't want companies, I want people. All right. So we're trying to look for potential buyers now, people. So can you see these people are people that work in financial services? Are you seeing how this is? So this is someone that is head of financial service at Alerzo. Alerzo is a financial organization. This other person is an executive director at Financial Service Innovators. This person is global head corporate communications and brand management at Investment One Financial Services. Can you see MD and CEO at SafeVest, CEO of Page International? Can you see how to connect with potential buyers? So you can search for their industry. Is this clear enough? I hope that you are learning, because I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible. I'm not using big grammar or anything. I'm not using slides. I'm showing you real time how to go about this. Okay. So this is how to connect with people that are potential buyers. You can try checking their industry. You can try some other ways that I'll go into detail in later. Now, for this session, I'm going to put a pause here because we have just about 6 minutes to go. I want to take some questions. Give me some, if you have some questions from what we've talked about, but there's still some things to teach, but like I keep saying, this is a series. I know that I think I saw Mr. Hassan, if I'm not mistaken. All right, great. Yeah, he's in class. So I think I'll just give him some time to talk. And then also, if you have questions, maybe while he's speaking, you can drop it in the chat box. I had heard that some of you may have wanted to ask questions, so I decided to give some time towards the end because these Zoom meetings have a time limit of 40 minutes. So I decided to give some time so I can take your questions. But while I allow you to type your questions, Mr. Hassan, I don't know if you have anything you want to say, and if you're in a place where you can talk before we begin to round up for today.
Thank you, Phil Stephen, for this wonderful delivery. It's always a delight and a pleasure to hear you speak. Sometimes when you speak, I'll be wishing like, when will I start speaking like Phil Stephen? So thank you for the lecture. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, great. So this, like I said earlier at the beginning, so this particular session is actually brought to you by EY Stone Development and Investment Limited. I can see your question, Olarewaju. So subsequent classes will be communicated by the team at EY Stone. So just stay connected to them as much as possible. And you have like details for every other session. But while other questions come in, I can just go a bit deeper before we round off time. Let me just talk about a few other things. Another place that you need to be connected to. Remember the topic for today is how to build your LinkedIn network. All right. The topic for today is how to build your LinkedIn network. Another set of places you can build your LinkedIn network on is called real estate groups. Real estate groups. How do you find real estate groups? So you can just search for the word real estate as it is here. Think about real estate groups. Just the same way you have Facebook groups, right? The same way you have Facebook group, there are some LinkedIn groups that are into real estate. So I've searched for real estate now. I'll allow it to load completely. After it loads, this page that says people, I will click on people and change it to groups so that I can see real estate groups, right? So you can see real estate professional referrals group, but we don't know the location. We want to change this to Nigeria, maybe. So let me just look at all filters. Okay, so I'm not seeing more filters there. So Olarewaju is asking for my handle. My handle is Fiisteven, Fiistephen, Fiisteven. So if you search for Fiisteven, you should see me on LinkedIn. Okay. So yeah, so this is groups. But if you notice, this group seems to be from different places. So can you see? I'm seeing a number of groups here, but they seem to be from different places. So I can just add Nigeria at the ending to kind of filter it. So can you see? So now the groups have been filtered. You can see Nigeria real estate markets. This is a group. Lagos, Nigeria Real Estate Agents Directory. This is a group. So there are some groups on LinkedIn where you can meet other people that are also into the field with you. This is another way to build your professional network by joining groups and maybe even becoming active in those groups. This is another way to do what? To build your professional network, real estate groups. Okay. Some other things we'll talk about would be, engaging your network using content, celebrating their achievement and things like that. But that's things about content and things like that. There's a session dedicated to how to do content marketing on LinkedIn, how to do content marketing on LinkedIn. And in fact, that's most likely what I'll be talking about in the next session that we're going to have. All right. So now that you have your professional profile, which was the first class we had, by the way, if you've not gotten the replay, you can request for it from the team at EY Stone. The second class focused on, now that you have your profile, learn how to build your network, how to expand your network, how to connect with people strategically on LinkedIn. Now that we're done with this, the next session will focus on how to use content on LinkedIn in a way that sells you as a realtor. So you can sell yourself as a realtor, you can sell your properties, you can sell the things that you have to sell on LinkedIn by doing strategic content marketing on the platform. And that'll be the focus for the next session. All right. So we have, from my timer here, I'm seeing that we have just I think a minute 30 seconds. Okay, before this class will end. So hopefully in the next session, we'll be able to take maybe any other questions that some people may have. But at this point, I think that as an assignment, everybody should, first of all, build your profile, but then secondly, try to connect with some people. This set of people I've talked about, remember the set of people, the first set of people were what? Other realtors like you. Second set of people were real estate agencies. So that's the second set of people. The third set of people were potential buyers, which is very important. That one is very important, people that can buy from you. And the last set of people, I said you should join what? LinkedIn groups. All right. So thank you, everyone. And I would definitely see you at the next session that will be communicated to you by the team, by the amazing team at EY Stone. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.